I came before his throne. He touched my lips and made me whole. Exchanged my heart of stone for one of flesh and put life in my bones. And all I can say is, holy is he.
What's going on, awesome people? I'm Marcus.
I'm Tony.
And on this week's adventure, well, we're staying in the truck. We have decided that we figured it's time to do a how to get started hiking video. It's going to be more or less a discussion, but I believe we're going to bring a few good points to it and a couple good reasons why you should do it. So here we go. Y'all ready? Because we are.
Sorta.
Tip number one on how to get started hiking, and I believe Tony will agree with me on this, is you have to assess your health and know where you're at and what you're capable of before you pick any hike.
Yeah, I mean, know what your body can handle. Be prepared for that. If you're like me and you have some knee issues, get yourself a good set of hiking poles. Make sure that you have your knee brace either on before you start or take it with you in case you need it.
Second tip, after assessing your health and what you believe you're capable of doing, find a place to hike and read them correctly. There's tons of options online. There's tons of apps. You got All Trails, you got Onyx Trails. I mean, the list goes on and on. Google Trails. I mean, if you have internet, you can find a trail. And then, of course, you have to decide, obviously, how far you want to drive to get to them. But I promise you, us living in Georgia, I can tell you right now, we have endless trails around us.
Yeah.
That 5 minutes to state lines if we want to.
We're very blessed to have resources like Explore Georgia that has not only social media pages, but they also have a magazine that they put out that gives all kinds of information on places to hike from beginner level all the way up to expert level.
And that brings me to my next point. Once you've decided what trail you want to do that looks good to you, this goes back to your health capabilities. You need to really research all the information available on that trail. Read the comments, look through the feedback, do it on multiple different websites.
Because trail ratings are not always accurate. Like, everybody has a different definition of what moderate means to them. So just because your trail guide may say that the trail is rated moderate to me and moderate to you may be two totally different things. So read those comments.
Absolutely, because most of your trails are rated at easy, medium, moderate, easy to moderate, moderate to hard, hard. There's so many variants to it, but definitely once you pick it, read the comments, figure out exactly what everyone's saying about that trail. That way you know if that trail's right for you. What else? Gear. Tip number 4, be prepared. Do not ever go on any hike, whether it's 1 mile to 25 miles, and not take some type of hydration with you. My suggestion, obviously, water, Gatorade, some kind of sports drink. Don't take soda and that other stuff. You can if that's what you got. Hey, I'm not your dad. Do what you want on that, but just our suggestion. And by no means are we experts at this, but trust me, we do hike a ton, and having adequate amount of water with you is very vital, especially if you're not in the best of shape and you're just giving this a start. That's a big tractor coming my way. Hold on, guys.
Yeah, we're gonna have to go off-road here for a second.
Sorry about that. There was a big combine tractor taking up a 2-lane road. Welcome to North Georgia during harvest season.
So other things about your gear, I know sometimes when we do short hikes, I get funny looks because I take my backpack. Whether we are hiking a half a mile, 5 miles, whatever, I always carry my pack. That is just a personal decision for me because I would rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it, because we have been in situations where we have came upon emergencies. If you guys have been following us, you know we had a hike where we came upon a young lady who was having a diabetic episode, and had I not had the gear that I did, that situation may have ended very differently. So, you know, do what you feel is best for you. Like I said, personally, my pack goes with me if we're hiking half a mile or 5 miles.
It's always best to be over-prepared than under-prepared for any situation. And yes, don't worry. Later on this year, probably in the next few weeks, we're probably going to do an episode where we go over what Tony keeps in her bag.
The mystery of what's in that bag and why it's so heavy.
Because honestly, I typically carry camera gear. I don't carry a whole lot with me. I'm a little stubborn, but I do take water, and I know we got what we need in Tony's bag that she often won't give up and let me carry, even though I ask. But that's a whole nother story, and we'll get to that later. What do you think? That about covers how to get started?
Yeah, I mean, those would be the basics of getting started. Other than that, I mean, knowing how to read your trail markers once you are on a trail is also really important, because it's very easy to get lost if a trail is not well marked. And we're very fortunate that most of the ones that we've been on in Georgia have been fairly well marked.
North Carolina, Tennessee was pretty
But, you know, you got to make sure that you understand what you're looking for, because it's not going to be the same on every trail.
Okay.
Some trails are going to have spray paint on a tree.
Diamonds.
Some trails may have what looks like almost dog tags, you know, nailed into a tree. Some may just have a bright piece of colored ribbon on a tree. So it's knowing what to look for to make sure that you're staying on the correct trail, because a lot of times if there's multiple trails within, say, a state park, sometimes they overlap each other.
Yep.
And it's very easy to get disoriented.
And that part goes back to what we're saying. When you're researching your trail, all these indicators that you can find that marks the trails are typically listed in the reading. It's somewhere, whether it's that trail specifically or if you're in a state park. The state park usually indicates on their website what their trail markers are, so it's fairly easy to find. Don't overthink it, because we don't want you to not go because you're overthinking it. But you have to be careful, because there's nothing worse than getting lost on a trail. Thankfully, we've not, as together, we have not had that issue.
I will say that me and a friend have, yes, accidentally gotten off on the wrong trail, because one trail was yellow, one was orange, and they overlapped, and we thought we were going the right way, and what was supposed to be about a 3.5 mile hike turned into an 8 mile hike, and coming out in the dark. So yeah, it happens.
So yeah, that basically covers the basics of what it takes to get started. It's not super hard. We want to encourage each person to obviously go do this, which brings us to our reasons why, or just a few reasons why we believe hiking is something that you should do, and everyone that is physically capable should do. And just a side note, if you have disabilities, hiking by definition is a trail that goes through the woods. To me, that includes greenbelt trails, and park trails that have disability accessibility to it. You should get out there as well, because that will be covered here in just a second in our reasons. Reason number one for me to hike is reason number one of how to get hiking, and that is your health. There's no better way to get moderately healthy or even really healthy by using hiking as your tool. In the last 2 months, because we've amped up how much we've been hiking. Now, part of that is we were doing another challenge as well, but I've lost 20 pounds in the last 2 months by amping up how much we were hiking. And that was anywhere from 3 to 6 miles on a weekend, and preparing during the week 2 to 3 miles a day. There is great health benefits to hiking.
So the second one, and this one is a big one for me, hiking is beneficial to your mental health. Personally, me being able to, even if it's a short hike, or what some wouldn't even consider a hike, more of a walk, just being out in nature and communing with nature helps me to recharge my batteries. You know, during the day, I work a Monday through Friday 9 to 5 in an office. I am, you know, dealing with all kinds of different situations with the public every day. So it is such a benefit to my mental health when we can get out on a weekend and just be in nature, you know. And then beyond that, when we do have the opportunity to, you know, commune with other people and share, you know, our faith with other people on the trail, that also does leaps and bounds for my mental health.
There's a phrase that's used in mental health, especially in the hiking and the backpacking trail community. It's called getting your blues and your greens. Basically, your blues is your skies and your water, and your greens is your trees and your grass.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need daily, sometimes you need weekly, but one thing we can't stress enough, it's a perfect way to get out and either lose yourself in the beauty or find yourself in your thoughts while you're out there. No, I won't cut this. Part of how we started this channel was to help people. And mental health is a big part of it. Beyond our faith and why we do it, on a personal level, not for me, but with Tony and my kids and close friends, I see the struggle with mental health. And honestly, now that we've really ventured into the YouTube world, I see it more often than a lot of other people would think. And it's been really big this week, with a lot of YouTubers struggling with mental health. And I know this goes beyond hiking and our personal abilities sometimes and what we're trying to do with this channel, but I want to challenge you beyond hiking. If you see this and you're struggling, do me a favor. Drop a comment, leave your email, or email us. In 90% of our videos, we have an email up. Contact us, let me know you're struggling. And I promise you,
one of us will reach out to you.
And not only that, you will be put in my prayers every morning. Because when I pray every morning, I include so many people. And if you want to be prayed for, I promise you, let me know. Because although we enjoy hiking and we love doing this, there is a bigger picture to this for us. It's not just about the beautiful scenery and the hikes. It is about the people. And that brings us to our third one. Just the scenery. There's no better way to experience what God has created than to go walk through it.
Absolutely. And if you're like me and love photography, what better opportunity to get out there and take some amazing pictures than to walk through God's creation? I mean, there's beauty at your back door. You just have to be willing to see it.
Guys, I think that's going to conclude it for us on how to and our reasons why. And I promise y'all, this is as real it gets for us. I told y'all when we first started this channel that it wouldn't be a lot of editing, there wouldn't be a lot of cuts, you would always get the real me. And that includes the burly crybaby.
Big squishy.
My heart is big for people that hurt. And that's why we love doing what we do. But anyway, that's going to do it for us on this week's episode. Adventure, whatever you want to call it. Just know we encourage you to get out there and do it.
And if you have questions, if you're unsure about something, like I said, we're by no means experts, but we are experienced enough that if we don't know the answer, we can probably guide you where to get the answer.
Absolutely. So, as we always do it, we'll see you on the next one. But this is where we're going to love you, and this is where we're going to leave you. But understand, God loves you.
We love you.
And as always,
If you can't hug somebody today,
at least smile and wave. We'll see y'all on the next one.